At first you don't know, you don't really know, but once you start hearing more people come back with the feedback of, Mike, everything you say came true, you get to learn that, yes, this is something that helps people.
I'm Alejandro Pacheco for Torch Media. For thousands of years, men and women have sought the guidance and perspective of psychic practitioners. To this day, an array of modalities are in existence worldwide, and southwestern Ontario is home to many of them. Today, I'm scheduled to meet with Mike, who specializes in tarot, one of the most ancient forms of psychic work. I have a question and I want an answer, so I'm curious to see what happens today. Yeah?
Andrew, I'm Jim.
Good to meet you, Jim. Nice place you got here.
Oh, thank you.
I'm looking to see Mike. Is he in?
Mike's in the back. Follow me.
All right, cool. Neat place.
Michael, you have a client. Huh.
What you need to do is pick up the cards and shuffle your question into the cards.
I just ask any question at all?
Yeah, well, you don't have to tell me. You shuffle it you shuffle it into the cards.
Shuffle the question into the cards.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not. Is this shuffling okay? I'm a bad shuffler, so I just kind of.
They're big cards.
That's my okay.
Yeah, people have.
That's my amateur shuffling style.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this about 35 years. I started when I was 19, and I was given my first deck of cards.
Does it make a difference with the kind of deck? Is this a specific tarot deck or?
Well, I teach a course using this deck because it's one of the most popular decks. It has all the archival information in it. It's a deck that a lot of people have seen before,
okay.
So it's recognizable. It's like a reputable deck. But as far as decks are concerned, you can make your own deck if you want. I would say if you're going to do that, that would probably be the most powerful deck that you can use.
So you mentioned you've been doing this since you were 19.
Yes.
Right. So that's some time. Was it tarot specifically that came to you?
My friend gave me the actual tarot deck and a book that teaches you how to read. And I found out later on that it runs in my family. I believe my dad's psychic. He would probably disagree with that, but I think he is. Also, there's all kinds of stories where, he saved my brother from drowning because he just, had the feeling, where's Neil, and went and grabbed him at the last minute.
Like an extra sense or something?
Yeah. Well, maybe daddy sense, I don't know, spider sense.
Yeah.
My grandmother from Denmark had come over for a visit while she was still alive. And I was doing a reading for my dad, and she got all excited because she did tarot reading.
Oh, wow.
No clue. Turns out she's a reader. Her mother was a reader. My aunt is a reader, and my cousin is a reader over in Denmark. So it's something that runs in the family. And I'm proud to carry on the tradition, but I also found out that one of my nephews might have the gift.
Oh, wow.
So I would like to gift him with some cards someday if he's, into it. Maybe not. You don't want to shove this on anybody, but for whatever reason, I just gravitated to this and I'm good at it.
That's incredible.
Yeah. I cannot tell you the number of people who come back to me and said, Mike, remember that reading you gave me? I said, no, because I don't remember the readings. I've done hundreds of thousands. Well, everything you said came true. Well, yeah. To me, that's normal. Mm-hmm. Whatever comes out, comes out. You're the one asking, and I'm just the conduit.
Yeah.
And this is the tool that I use. So you're the one who's getting the answer because you're the one who's asking.
All right.
I was getting stockbrokers, coming to me and asking me what the future is for them. It's crazy, but I've made money for people just by telling them, yes, no questions sometimes. But all I do is I take a look at the positions of the cards. The middle here represents your question. The card that goes over top is a helper or hindrance, but it's always read upright. This one down here, it's upside down, but this represents basically where you're coming from. This is the past, this is the present, this is the future. This card over here represents your fears or negative thought patterns. This one represents basically how other people see you. This one here would be your hopes, dreams, and ideals. And then the final card basically is the answer to your question.
So needless to say, there's a lot of information here, eh?
Yeah. And since there's 78 cards in the deck, and we're using 10 out of that, there's a fair amount of randomization. So let's take the Three of Cups, for instance. Normally, this is a very happy time. It's a time of celebration. You're lifting up your cups and, cheers. But here it says that where you're coming from is not abundance, but more of lack or wanting more and not having enough. You have the Pentacles here that represents money, and you have 4 of them showing up. So again, I would say
is that good?
Money. Well, it depends on what it represents. If it's showing up all the time, that might also be a warning to you to maybe defocus, not worry about money so much.
Okay.
The first one here, the Page of Pentacles, would represent you. You have actually a good income, you have a good environment around you as far as money is concerned. The number 3, again, we're talking about 3s, and 3 comes up here. That's very significant because that's what's going on right now. Tripods are stable. These 2 cards here are upside down, and this one is read upright. So 2 out of the 3 cards are upside down. That means that there's an instability in your life right now.
Okay.
So this is from your past. The death represents a major split from something. Also, death means a major change. So you recently just went through a major change in your life, and that could also be part of the instability. With the Empress here, it might be a suggestion that you may have had an issue in your relationships or relationship status. I wouldn't take it as a warning of your own imminent death or anything like that. This is the Empress here. This represents what's going on right now.
Okay.
And
so this is present day.
Yes. The Empress could represent a female that is not comfortable. This is talking about your future. And this is normally the miser who's holding on to every single penny. But what this says, what it suggests to me, is that you're going to be much more freer with your money. It also has a suggestion in here that you may have a possibility of moving to either a new house or a new location. This card here, this is your fears, and it shows that you're always looking at the negative. And it shows that for some reason you're waiting for something. Anytime where you see this gray come up in the cards, that usually means you're waiting and you can't make a decision. This one here, this is talking about how other people see you, and this is the best card that you can get as far as relationships, but it's upside down. So they're seeing that you probably had a good relationship and you just lost it, and that's what they would be focusing on. We're working on now going up to the Wheel of Fortune here. This is a card where it's one of the best of this particular section. This is a higher arcana card. All it means, arcana, is knowledge, higher and lower knowledge. There's an issue with this Wheel of Fortune. It's good, it's all upright. All these animals and things, they're looking into these books. So it's a search. When you get this card, it's almost like a lucky token. It's like you're being tossed a freebie or a free win or something.
Okay.
This is a time period where you could really make a big splash. This one here, the Ace of Pentacles usually represents a brand new business. But if you have a business already started, then it's a good card because it's upside down. It means that you're continuing on in that business. You're not starting. So I would say that is a very positive card to end up the reading on.
Boy, that was intense. There's a lot to glean from that. I think I need to digest it over time. Do you find that most people need to sort of take it in over
a lot of people will record a reading usually on a tape or something, and we'll listen to it a couple of times.
Had a great experience with Mike. Turns out he's a really nice guy, very talented. Interesting to see how a tradition can be passed along through a family like that. So now I'm even more excited to meet more psychics and see what they have to say.